Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a beautiful little set of earrings using the Jesse James Mini Mix in Swiss Chard. And this is the, I can't remember, I've confused myself. I think these are called Marketplace Mini Mixes. Where are they? I don't see it on here. I believe they're called Marketplace Mini Mixes. I will put it in the description box below. I'm sorry. There are several of them. This is Swiss Chard, and it's beautiful teals. And so we're going to make a beautiful earring with this. But first, our encouraging word for today is shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. That's encouraging, right? Okay, so we're going to open this up and take a look at it, and then we're going to make an earring. So I love their little mini mixes. They're so cute. And they come in this really nice little container too, so you can keep them in there. All right, a lot of teal. This is one of my favorite colors, so this one I love. Okay, let me scoot the camera down just a bit. There we go. All right, so first of all, we have tassels, a couple of little thread tassels, a couple of little puffy flower tassels, and a couple of little petal. They look like little petal tassels. Okay, we have a cute little dragonfly charm. We have two large bicones. I like these big bicones. These are really cool. We get these in some of the mixes, and I really, really like them. I think they're super cool. We have a couple of the larger cones. Look how sparkly. Very pretty. We have some what looks to be gemstones. I don't know if these are adventurine or somebody help me with maybe what these gemstones are. I don't think it tells on here. Blend of beads that you are holding contains clay, glass, metal, and acrylic. Well, maybe they're not, but they look like a gemstone bead. They feel like a gemstone bead. Okay, they're beautiful anyway, whether they're just glass or not. They're really pretty. They fooled me, so if they're glass, they're doing a good job of looking like gemstone. We have some beautiful sparkly, I love these. I think these are so pretty. Okay, we've got some polymer clay beads here. These are really cool. Can't seem to get the camera in the right spot. Let me scoot it down a little. I keep going off. Okay, we've got three of these little smaller cones. And these have a really pretty, like an AB coating on them. We have four of these. I call these disco ball because they have these really fine facets all over them. I'm not sure if you can see them or not, but they're really pretty. And this is a beautiful color too. This teal color is just gorgeous. We have some antique bronze, like filigree style beads. We have some drops and what I call like a vitriol, crystal vitriol, really pretty. We've got some frosted glass. Okay, we've got some smaller rondelles here. And then we've got a couple different sizes of other rondelles. These are like a half metallic plated. Then these bigger crystal ones. And then these opaque teal colored ones. Okay, we have two dragonfly charms. These are really cute. We have two cube beads. I really like that color too. Those are pretty, like a mint green. And then we have some rhinestone rondelle spacers and some bead caps in an antique gold. So yeah, really cute mix. Again, this is the Swiss Chard mix. And I will show you what you're going to need today. Now they also have these things here. These are bead-alon. They're called quick links. And they're solid rings, but they have a facet to them. So we're going to be using two of those, one for each earring. This is the earring that we're going to make. Let me show you. So we're going to make this little, it's a little wire wrapped. We've wire wrapped the beads in the middle, and it's got the little dragonfly hanging from the bottom. So that's what we're going to be making. So you're going to need one of the rings, one of these quick links. These are, let's see if it tells what millimeter these are on here. 30 millimeter. Okay, so 30 millimeter ring. I have an eye pin and a fishhook ear wire. There they are. Eye pin, fishhook ear wire, 30 millimeter ring. Then the bead you're going to need, we're going to be using the dragonfly charms, both of them. You're going to need 2 of these stones that made me think they were gemstones. I'm only pulling out 1 of each thing because I've already made 1 earring, but you're going to need 2, obviously, if you want to make 2 earrings. We're going to need 4 of these right here. So you're going to need 2 mini mixes of this because you only get 3 of these in your mix. Now, you could substitute 1 of these for something else if you wanted to, but I just didn't. I like the way they looked here. So if you want to make it just like me, you need 2 of these mini mixes because there's only 3 of these little guys in there. But like I said, you could substitute. You're going to need the 2 cones out of your mix. We're not using these and we're not using these. Let's see, you'll need all 6 of your frosted glass. We're not using the polymer clay or the cubes in this one. You will need 2 of these guys right here. These little disco ball ones right there. Then you'll need 2 of the small green rondelles, okay? You'll need 2 of the rhinestone spacers, and you'll need 2 of the bead caps. And again, you can use whatever beads you want. This is just kind of the mix that I chose, but you can pull out anything you want out of here. You could use these bigger ones. You could use the bicones. I mean, you know, it's totally, you're in creative control what you want to do, okay? But any of these beads will work. And then you're going to need a 24 gauge wire. And I've got a 24 gauge gold. It's just regular wire, little craft wire, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's get our stuff out of the way here for a moment. And we're going to go ahead and wrap first. Okay, so what we do, get this right up here so I can kind of see it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire and I'm just going to make sure that it is attached. So I'm just taking a little tail of it here and just, you know, bending it around, and I'm keeping it neat. I'm doing a neat little spiral, okay? Bending it around my ring tightly 4 or 5 times. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to go ahead and bend it around again. And I want to get this just to where it's attached very good to my ring, okay? So just 4 or 5 good turns through and you should be good. Now, if you have a little bit of a snaggle sticking out where your wire began, you can just take your pliers and just lay it down against the ring. I like to do it on the inside right here. So I like to pull it right up to where it's on the inside of this part of the ring, the inside of the ring, and just lay it against there, okay? So here we have our wire. Now we're going to go ahead and put our beads on. I want to mirror this one, so let's pull this down so we can see it. So I would put my cone bead on first. So I'm going to put my cone bead on, small end first. I'm just mirroring what's on the other side. That's all I'm going to do. And then my little frosted glass bead. Okay, just like this. And this is kind of organic, so it's okay if it's not exactly perfect. I mean, you know, it's going to be real close as long as you have the beads in the correct spot. Then I'm stretching across, and tightly, you want to hold it tight. I'm going to wrap 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, however many times that I'm comfortable. What I'm also trying to do, though, when I'm wrapping here, and I'm just wrapping in a little spiral. I'm keeping the spiral close and just coming down. I'm not overlapping it. I'm doing them side by side. And I'm trying to come down far enough to where I can add my next bead. So I need to wrap down a little bit so I can add my cone, my next little cone there, okay? So I'm just continuing, whoops, to wrap right down the earring, or the loop here, the link, quick link. That's what it is. It's a quick link. And you just might have to put your wire through there. Just try not to kink it up. And so when I get, you know, it's probably going to take 10 or 12 wraps to get me below this cone bead here to where I have enough room to put my next row on. Okay, maybe one more, and that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm going to come back around because I want to come in from the back. I think that looks better. You can scoot this up if you want to a little bit. Just make sure it's kind of neat. Scoot it up. And I am going to start, if I'm mirroring my earring, I'm going to start with, okay, so see we've got it laid like this, but we're coming in from this side. So I'm going to start with this bead, okay, and make sure that the short end, or the little, yeah, short end is facing this way. And see, then when it lays down, it's going to be mirrored to the other side. Okay, then I'm going to put the bead cap on. Then I need one of my frosted glass beads and my bead that I thought was a gemstone. Okay, and there they go. Just lay them right across there. You can adjust them around a little, and then you're just going to tighten. Make sure your wire is very tight, and then wrap. Just wrap and wrap and wrap. We're going to go through here. You can use your pliers if you need help pulling, but I usually do okay if I just kind of poke it through. Just try not to tangle it. You don't want to get it kinked up. And like I said, you can do this any way you want. You can do the beads any order you want. You know, you don't have to use the same ones I'm using. And I'm just wrapping down. To where I can add on my next row. Okay, so here we are. That's probably pretty good. So I'm going to come up and over. I'm not coming in from the back this time because I just can't from the direction that I'm going. And I'm going to add on my little green rondelle, my rhinestone spacer. This thing wants to flip because of the wire. Rhinestone spacer, then my other cone bead, and my last little frosted glass bead. Okay, stretch it across and just go ahead and hold it in place. I usually hold it in place with my fingers and my thumb there, and then just wrap. And you want it to be tight, so wrap tight. Pull it tight before you start wrapping. Come around. And now we're done adding our beads, so I'm just going to wrap 5 or 6 times, enough to secure it on this end to the frame. And then we'll cut our wire. And I do wrap several times, probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 actually. I just like to make sure it's really in there, secure. This wire is very, very bendable. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around from the back, and I'm going to come up through one more time, and then I'm going to flush cut my wire right here so that when I take my pliers and kind of bend it right here, it's going to lay against the inside of this frame. Okay, and here's what we have. Cute, cute. So now we're going to make our little dangle. So I'm just taking my eye pin, I'm going to add on my disco bead, and we're going to do a wire wrapped or a wrapped loop here. So bend this 90 degrees. Now you need kind of a bigger loop because we're wrapping, it's going around this frame. So I came up about, I don't know, that far up with my pliers. I come up, over, and around, rotate up, and come under with my wire. Now, I'm going to open this up a little bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and insert this right on. Okay. And this is a little fiddly, but you can do it. I'm going to take my pliers, my bent nose pliers, and hold this right here. Close it back up and hold it right where it meets, the wire meets. Then I'm going to take my other plier, my needle nose plier here, and I'm just going to make a wrapped loop. So I'm just going to wrap around several times. You can do this as messy or as neat as you want it to be. Come on around a little bit more. And then we're just going to cut this right off. Okay. And if there's any little part sticking out, just tuck it. Okay. Now, we're going to add our little dragonfly on. I'm going to put him right on this. Now, you want to make sure the front of your dragonfly is with the faceted part of your quick link, okay? So, let me grab that. Open that up. And let's see, which way does he need to go on? I always do this wrong. I have to think about it really hard for some reason. I don't know why the directions things hang. I always do it wrong. Okay, put it right on there. Now, if your dragonfly is hanging crooked like mine, what you want to do, mine's almost completely backwards. You want to grab your disco ball bead at the loop here, the way it should be hanging, okay? And then you're going to take your other plier, grab this loop down here, and twist the bottom loop, not your top loop. You just hold your top loop. You twist your bottom loop around to where your dragonfly is facing the way it should be, okay? And then all we have to do is put our fishhook on. So I'm just going to open this right up, put this right on, close it right up. And there you have a really awesome little pair of, I think they kind of look like Art Deco or something, this right here. But little dragonfly earrings using the Swiss Chard Mini Mix. So yes, these are adorable, I think. And yeah, really different and unique. Nobody else is going to have your earrings if you're wearing these, unless they're a big Jesse James fan and they're watching my video. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.